As we enter into 2022, the local radio broadcast star will be celebrating its 100th birthday, with the BBC's first local broadcast taking place in 1922. However, the massive changes in technology, lifestyles, community and music, especially in recent years, raise a scary question. Will it survive another 100 years? Well, I'm here today to investigate a potential cure to keep local radio stations thriving for many years to come. Many people view social media as a cause for local and national radio struggles, and this may have some truth to it. But it could also be a medicine to help them survive this new age if used efficiently.
Hot Radio is a volunteer-run community station based in Poole, Dorset, and they are my key case study for this investigation. Back in 2007, when their journey first began, they only broadcasted to the Bournemouth, Poole and Christchurch areas. However, now, 14 years on, they are broadcasting to the majority of the South Coast and reaching over 3 million listeners.
This large growth, as well as the fact that they have thrived despite a global pandemic, can be put down to a handful of factors, the most evident factor being efficient use of social media.
Hot Radio, like most community radio stations in the UK, are a non-profit organisation, meaning to survive they rely mostly on sponsors, donations and government grants. Their other key source of revenue is their events. Currently, Hot Radio runs between 10 and 50 events per year, as well as sponsoring or being a part of 50 to 100 more. These events vary from club nights to festivals to competitions, but despite what form of event, their social media platforms have made marketing a lot more easier, more creative, and allowed them to reach a much larger, wider variety of people.
Everything's on social. We try and put out as much as we can about the event when it's coming up, give like a lead up to it, so a little teaser at the beginning, then it gets a bit more involved, and then right before the event you get the whole shebang, all the times, where it is, where to get your tickets, that sort of thing.
Hot Radio has almost 18,000 likes and followers on their Facebook page, plus over 2,500 on their Instagram. These large amounts of followers alone mean their event posts and adverts are being seen by a vast amount of people. However, thanks to features on Facebook and Instagram such as tagging people, sharing posts and boosting posts, these events they market can appear on double if not triple the amount of people's Facebook and Instagram feeds. The Hot Radio team can track the amount of views, interactions and average likes both the page has as a whole and individual posts get. This level of information can direct them on what people like and don't like, leading to more effective post marketing and overall interaction with their socials, and therefore the Hot Station and its brand.
Each year, Statista surveys 1,100,000 UK citizens above the age of 15 to determine an average of how many people listen to any form of radio at least once a week. Since 2017, the percentage of people who do has dropped from 90 to 87. This equals a 1% drop per year, and although this might not seem like a major change, if this pattern were to continue, then radio as a media outlet would die out within the next 100 years.
An important thing to keep radio alive and slow down this decrease is for stations to ensure that they have good relationships with their listeners. The foundation for any good relationship is good communication and interaction, which social media platforms have made a lot easier for stations like Hot Radio.
Had a massive positive effect. It's enabled us to communicate and reach to our listeners all in one go, and the interaction has been phenomenal.
You can just get it out and start talking to people or sending a request. I remember back in the days when I was a lot younger, my mum used to put like birthday requests on the radio and stuff, and I just remember she was sat in the corner on the phone holding, well, I'd be sat there going, come on then. She'd finally get through to somebody who would take a message, and you might get it played, you might not, but you didn't get to speak to the person, you didn't really have much to do with them, and then you got like a little request maybe saying happy birthday Marinella and this is for you. Whereas now you can interact with the presenter, you can have fun with the presenter, you can send in silly things like I have different features like Monday Madness.
Like I said earlier on, to interact with our listeners. We've done many polls on social media where they can interact, or they can vote for something, or they can do a competition. So I think it's an additional tool to be used. As you know, you need two senses to engage with a person. You've got the audible side, radio, and then you've got the visual side where you can actually view something or read some text. So I think it's great.
Social media has also done other positive things for the station, such as attracting the younger generation and giving people a more personal, behind-the-scenes type of view of the station and its day-to-day running. But like most things, it's not all positive.
Opposite to the radio listener statistics, the statistics for people using social media apps that stream music such as YouTube or SoundCloud are on the rise. In just the past 5 years alone, the amount of UK citizens that have begun using Spotify, a social music app, has jumped from 30 million to 172 million. Apps like Spotify allow people to listen to whatever music they want whenever they want. So why would people listen to the radio where there are adverts and you can't pick the songs you want when they can use apps like Spotify? Also, like most things in life, to have a successful social media, it costs money. It costs to have quality layouts and campaigns designed. It costs to brand certain posts, but most importantly, it costs to use features such as the boost feature on social media platforms. The fees per post can range from £1 to 20, and these payments are a daily fee. So for a charity organisation like Hot Radio, it can be hard to have the spare budget to fund this marketing. It is clear that social media can help a community station as well as cause some issues for one. Whether the positives outweigh the negatives is something that will be determined in the future, and whether radio will survive another 100 years is yet to be answered. But if there's one key positive to take away from all of this, it would be that despite funding issues, a global pandemic and other issues, Hot Radio, like so many other local stations, have thrived and have become of huge importance to their community. Hot Radio themselves have raised thousands of pounds for local and national charities. They help organise and host events for the community so everyone can get together and enjoy themselves. But most importantly, they give the locals to the area a platform that they can love, be heard on and enjoy, as it is personalised to them and their home. Things have definitely changed since the BBC's first broadcast, but the importance of local radio definitely has not.